Hey guys, before we start, with the holidays well underway, you might be looking for that special gift. Check out our merch store at teespring.com, where we have the new winter gear out, from Madman Cafe to Madman with the Show. Shirts, hoodies, mugs, and even pillows. Use the promo code GravyCafe to get an additional 10% off your purchase now until November 25th. All proceeds goes to help this channel. That's teespring.com/shop-Q2cast. Hey, well, the bloodbath continues. It is just a mess up and down every division of AT&T Warner. We're seeing show cancellations, companies being sold off. It's all the way to CNN. There is a possibility, and we're going to be discussing this on another episode. CNN is on the chopping block. CNN, that's right. CNN is on the chopping block. So it's basically, there's nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. You're seeing so many people. DC Comics may have maybe up to March to June left. You don't have that many people working in the company. The editorial staff is all the way down to the Go for Coffee people and interns. Because I know from industry people that the January, February, March books are up online for the comic book shops and people that are selling comics. So we got as far as that. But it's not unheard of. They won't cancel. We saw that with Marvels. You may ask yourself, Zane, when are you going to get to this? I want to hear about this. Well, here's the thing. TBS is part of the Warner family. And we knew, like I said, shows are getting cancellation. Now, my thought on American Dad may be changing on that. I'm looking into this as well. That's another big show. But the Conan O'Brien show, and I wanted you to listen first before you comment below. The Conan O'Brien show has been canceled from TBS.
No! You maniac! You blew her up! Oh, damn you! God damn you all to hell!
That is correct. It has been canceled. Now, Conan will be returning to HBOMAX. Not this same show. Understand that. He's going from a daily show to a weekly show. Now, is that a bad thing that happened? Yes. Conan's been in this business close to 30 years. He's had a lot of episodes on this network, about 1,500 episodes, I believe, on there. And now they've just literally, AT&T Warner has cut the fat. They've cut more fat. Now, you may say to yourself, well, Zane, I've read a couple other stories that said actually he's just moving to HBO Max. Yes, he's moving to HBO Max, but you have to put to this perspective, okay? Listen to this segment from the Deadline article, okay? This is from Jeff Ross, who's one of the executive producers of the Conan O'Brien show. The move comes weeks after Jeff Ross, who executive produces Conan and has worked with the former Simpsons writer for many years, told Deadline that the pair of them have been considering the future. Ross told Deadline that he believes late-night shows are now the kind of dinosaurs in the business. Correct on that. Total correct on that. And said that they were looking to do something more different as evidence of by the deal. Listen to what they just said, by the deal. So we're not talking about a late-night talk show. TBS and these other linear cable networks especially are just like death. There's no circulation, so you can't do it forever. That is correct as well. Conan is ready for a change. You heard that. Ready for a change. We got a lot of stuff going on between the podcast and the show and the digital business, he said. Conan, which is retooling the half-hour format in 2019, has been previously renewed through 2022. Team Coco will produce the new HBO Max weekly show, is already in business with the streamer, already making 4 stand-up features featuring comedians including Chris Reed and Moses Storm. Understand, Conan has been doing better in the podcasts and those, the gaming stuff and all that small independent stuff. What does that sound like to you? YouTubers! That's right. That's where the money is. Shows like what you're watching now, what they're trying to produce on HBO Max. HBO Max is trying to recoup the money for AT&T by creating a YouTube type show. Will it work? Ask QB. I don't know if it'll work for them. Conan is a good choice to do it. Yes, he's funny. Honestly, Conan should have gone off on his own. He could have done a Joe Rogan. He could have gone on his own site. He could have made his own deal to do something separate on another independent platform and would have made a lot of money. Right now, you're moving to a network. You're moving over to an app that right now is in deep trouble, is cutting the fat. How long will he be able to last on the app? I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say because right now, HBO, even though they have their CEO, it's still run by AT&T. AT&T can sit there and say, hey, start cutting shows off of HBO Max. Go with cheaper shows. Go with stuff that, that we can afford. How much does Conan O'Brien's show cost? I don't know. Don't have those figures. But his contract is substantial. It is a substantial contract. So basically, you could say to yourself, that would be fat. Would they gain a lot of viewers because of it? Hard to say. But if basically they don't gain more subscribers, and it may not be because of Conan O'Brien, the subscribership could go down because of other issues. There are other issues on HBO Max. Basically the editing, putting trigger warnings on the beginning of movies. Some people have canceled their subscribership because of that. Some people are upset with the whole Venture Brothers situation, and they've canceled their HBO Max because of that. There's been various situations with HBO and Warner and AT&T that people are just like saying, I'm tired of it, I'm going elsewhere. And then, of course, the programming on HBO. You've had terrible shows like Watchmen on there and a couple of others. Westworld, the last season was horrible. And, the reason is because they go, they get into these shows that end up to be, they throw in their check marks. Like, perfect example, Lovecraft. Lovecraft Country. Which technically, other than some minor parts, has nothing to do with Lovecraft, H.P. Lovecraft. It's basically they've taken a mishmash of H.P. Lovecraft, thrown it in there, and throwing it so basically they say, well, H.P. Lovecraft was a racist. Man, that was the man's over 100 years ago, and they're calling him racist. Go figure that. I don't know the man. They don't know the man. They don't know what he went through. But there are documents that said he had a hard life. He was very ill. He lost his family, stuff like that. He didn't have an easy life. He didn't have a white privileged life. He started out with his mother and father, where their family had some money, but lost it all. And basically, he had to work hard for his life. But getting back to Team Coco. I love that Team Coco. I've always loved Conan O'Brien. He's always, he worked on The Simpsons. I love the original late night talk show he had. I love some of the bits he did. I love the Texas Walker Ranger lever where he used to pull it and get a scene from Texas Walker. I go back every once in a while and watch parts of that. There are other bits and gimmicks that he didn't bring over to TBS, but they were great back in the day. He had a good show. He had a very good show. He transferred over very well. Let me tell you something. He is one of us. He's one of the fandom. he is one of the fandom, and he goes to he went to Comic-Con when we were up to this. He had shows he did for the live in the Comic-Con, where he had guests and brought some fun and brought it all together and brought that Comic-Con atmosphere to TV, because we were missing that from G4, which G4 is coming back. Which I don't know if they're going to be doing any Comic-Con stuff, if Comic-Con ever gets back up in business again, instead of being online. But like I said, this is what they're doing. They're moving Conan to be like a YouTuber, but I don't know if it's going to work. Like I said, QB did this, didn't work out well for them. Will it work for Conan? It might. It could. But like I said, AT&T is cutting everything. So whatever budget that Conan's going to get when he moves over could be cut in half, or maybe down to next to nothing. So we'll see what happens when this starts up, which is probably 2022. I'm sorry, not 2022, 2021, as they transfer him over. And like I said, when you start to move around networks of the same company, it's like death. It's like getting moved from prime time to the very late night slot on Sci-Fi Channel. And we learned that from several TV shows. So you tell me, comment below, tell me how you feel about this. You can comment below as freely what you want, be civil about it too. And on all of our other platforms, ODYSEE, Parler, Twitter, BitChute. We're all on all those sites. It's all listed in the description below. You click on there. Don't forget to check out our merch store. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. We'll catch you on the rebound. We got the holidays coming up, and we got a lot more to talk about. It's coming. Trust me. So hang in there, and we'll see you in the next one.
It was pretty good.